Meanwhile, the Wizards are 20-3 when holding a points to 111 or fewer. You take a look at tonight's starting lineup as the Washington Wizards win the opening tip. Monte Morris is mic'd up for us tonight, so looking forward to seeing and hearing some of his commentary throughout the game. Chris Miller, Drew Gooden, Megan McPeak, as Bradley Beal misses his first, follows up with the offensive rebound and putback.
And that's what you want.
Wizards' 6-game winning streak is their longest since an 8-game winning streak back in April of 2021. And speaking of 21, there's Daniel Gafford to the rim. There's Anfernee Simons, a young man that has taken over for C.J. McCollum in that secondary playmaking role as Josh Hart hits a point.
You add Hart into the mix, he can get him up with the best of them. He's a capable scorer.
Jeremy Grant guarding Porzingis. Porzingis over the outstretched hand of Grant to score.
All three of those guys, to me, are isolation players, and they don't need too many play calls.
Porzingis skips it out to Bradley Beal. Beal hits a three. So here comes Washington. Kuzma picking up his dribble. Inside to Porzingis, who's got the matchup over Josh Hart to score.
You got to get up. You cannot allow him to catch the ball 2 steps at the half court and just launch it. But he scored the first 6 to 8 points for the Wizards.
I asked you, I don't know where we were. I think we were on the bus, and I was like, is he the type of guy where he gets a couple of days off as Bradley Beal triggers the jumper?
The job Corey Kispert has been doing as of late.
Fadeaway jumper, free throw line extended by Lillard is good.
You do not want this to turn to an individual workout for Damian Lillard.
Nice snap back dribble by Bradley Beal. He gets it to go down over Eubanks. Good defense there by DeLon Wright and Avdia. Wizards have numbers. Kispert ahead of the pack off glass. Kispert back out to Porzingis for three.
That's a cheat code.
Forward to DeLon. DeLon waiting for Porzingis on the secondary break. He shoots a long three, and he hits it from Largo.
That's a timeout.
KP.
Talk to him.
Samaki. How about that? Played 1 year with the Washington Wizards back in 04-05. Daniel Gafford ahead of the pack gets the lay-in. Wizards already with 14 paint points. Trendon Wofford being guarded by Kuz. You know, they did have a lot of momentum on the road.
Well, yes, they did. And now can you transfer that momentum from the road to your home court? Have an advantage. And you can't forget, you can get these home games in the bag and get some wins, the better off you are on the road.
There's a three by Kendrick Nunn.
And I think they think the same about Sharp here in Portland.
Here's Watford for three. Trendon Wofford now in double figures with 11 points. There's DeLon Wright being doubled to Avdia, who put it on the deck first. Bobbled it. Gafford with the offensive rebound and put back. Porzingis trying to get a post up on the smaller Josh Hart. Kick out to Porzingis. Nice cut by Beal. The up and under. Misses, but taps in his own miss. Here's Lillard. Count the bucket off glass. We've got a good squad here.
Yes, we do. Went back-to-back a couple years ago, that 2K League Championship, and I'll tell you what, got some heavy hitters on that roster, especially when you talk about the likes of Porzingis and Daniel Gafford catching the ball with 2 feet in the paint.
Here's Lillard driving on Avdia. Tough bucket, count it.
All right, we got Porzingis with Hart on him.
Step back three rattles in, good for Bradley Beal. Beal's second three of the game. Beal attacking. Layup is good. Wizards now 26 points in the paint. Wizards lead is 18, 40 seconds remaining here before halftime. Here's Brad stopping on a dime, getting it to go down.
Matchup problems on the other end, just a talent.
Here's Simons for three.
The biggest lead tonight for the Washington was 20. I was hoping that they could extend that lead. You do not want this to get back into single digits.
The efficient scoring of Bradley Beal continues. Beal again. Rattles out that three. He's got a clean look. Hart to Simons. Nothing but net. KP got Eubanks off his feet. Kuz with the offensive putback. Anfernee Simons, 12 points, 4-4 from 3 in just 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Wow.
This young man was not playing around coming out of that halftime. Neither is Bradley Beal getting to the cup.
And Dame knows who has a hot hand. That's smart.
Nice double by the Wizards.
Look, I mean, he's feeding Simons. He knows who has
True, he's not touching net. No rim. Grant baseline being contested by Porzingis.
There he is
Tip
again.
out to Simons. Look at Beal on the contest. The dump off to Eubanks. He tried Porzingis.
and how well he can shoot the ball and his capabilities from long range. And I mean, 7'1". They got a little baby Porzingis over there.
And he could definitely space it out. And it was funny. Speaking of which, 7 of 11 for the field, 24 points. Wizards lead back up now to 14. Lillard watched Anfernee Simons get hot. He's starting to percolate as well. Avdia and DeLon Wright set to check in. Good ball movement by Portland leads to Grant. Corner three, timeout Wes Unseld Jr.
It'll work out.
Under 4 remaining in the third. Simons. This has been his quarter, and he remains hot. Anfernee Simons. Avdia the inbounds to Porzingis.
You shoot right over.
That's easy money. Easy like Sunday morning. Count the bucket and the foul. It's to stay engaged when you're on the bench or on the bicycle.
It's huge. I mean, I remember the times when I had to use a stationary bike in a tunnel. Usually I was dealing with an injury. What I love is the communication from your point guard and Monte Morris. So just a pro's pro.
And here comes Simons. Simons with the lay-in, and the Portland Trail Blazers are only trailing by 2 points. The rookie Shaedon Sharpe is in the game for Portland. Here's Lillard being double-teamed. Nasir Little. 2 dribbles. Tough bucket. Miss. Tip in by Josh Hart. Along with 6 assists, 8 rebounds for Kyle. Here's Lillard. All alone to the basket for the left-hand lay-in.
He's definitely been doing that and is a proven shooter now in this league.
Nice dump off. Wofford inside to Josh Hart to no-look down. We see him in pregame. Man, he brought this little 7-year-old out here today throwing up lobs, and he went and got it.
I think he can not only participate in an NBA slam dunk competition, but you got to get out for him.
And Josh Hart gives the Portland Trail Blazers their first lead of the game with 7:35 remaining. Here's Grant. Nice dump off feed. The ball movement here leading to Simons for 3. Nothing but net. Hart step through on DeLon Wright. Goes off glass. Count the bucket. Timeout Washington. Blazers lead is 2. Here's Lillard with a left-hand lay-in. Damian Lillard with 27 minutes in the game, under 5 points. Kuzma for 3. Bradley Beal snatches that offensive rebound and gets the lay-in. Watford out to Hart.
Simons is wide open.
There's Simons being guarded by Beal. Watford 3. Count it, top of the key. Here's Simons now. Step back 3. Trendon Watford with the offensive rebound and putback. Here's Watford. Another turnover. Leads to Anfernee Simons all alone, free and clear. Here's Kuzma guarding Grant. Grant to a cutting Watford. No-look dime underneath to Josh Hart.
Dame Lillard right now.
Avdia back into the game, guarding Lillard in the backcourt. Here's Lillard splitting 3 Wizards and getting to the basket. Off a big win Wednesday in Memphis, continuing their momentum, trailed by as many as 20 points 10 different times in this game, and came back to beat the Washington Wizards 124-116.